Hi, my name is Greg Almond, and I would like to tell you a story that God is my refuge. He is my fortress, as it says in Psalms 91. And here's how my story goes. You know, I help a boy named Justin, and he had his permit. And he's been driving my truck for quite a while now and trying to learn how to drive. He scheduled his road test to be on January 22nd of this year. And so we went out after school on January 21st, and we were on our way home, just kind of a little practice for him driving, getting him ready for his test on the 22nd. And we went around the back of the school down, I believe that's West River Road, and we came to the corner of Clark Street. And coming this way was a bus. Now there's two lanes there, but there was a bus, and he said, "I'm going to wait for this bus to go by." And I said, that's good. Well, the bus turned on its turn signal. And I said, "Oh, the bus is turning, you can go now." What I didn't see was on the other side of the bus was a van. And Justin listened to me, it was my fault. He pulled out, and the van hit my truck. First thing that goes through my mind is, oh no, he'll never be able to take his test. Oh no, what's gonna happen with my truck? I don't have collision insurance. Well, is everybody okay? Everybody was fine. I got out of the truck and I went around and talked to the lady driving the van, and she was fine, and she had a 4 or 5-year-old kid in the back seat, and he was fine. Now I have all these thoughts running through my mind, and as the police were called and I had to pull my truck over waiting, I knew Justin was scared. He acted a little nervous. He was definitely not a happy camper. I knew if he had an accident on a permit, he wouldn't be able to take his road test for 6 months. I cried out to God. And I said, "God, you need to come and you need to intervene here." And the first refuge that God provided was that Justin never got a ticket. Justin only received a warning. And I was so grateful because I told him it was okay to go. It was basically my fault as his instructor. I felt relieved that God would do that. And as we got going home, my truck was still drivable. I'm thinking, okay, car insurance. I have the insurance to pay for the other vehicle, but I have no insurance on my own vehicle. What am I going to do? And I'm thinking, okay, I could call my mom and see if she'll give me some money. I could talk to Justin's dad, see if he could help me. I had many different thoughts. Well, the more I thought about it, the more it started bothering me. Plus, I had to feel like I had to be helping Justin emotionally with what he was going through. You know, try to be a 17-year-old boy, day before your road test, and you have an accident with someone else's vehicle, and you really don't have any money. What does that all mean? So I have all these things going through my head, all these concerns, and I'm trying to cry out to God, but I'm being overtaken with a little bit of fear that I'm not going to be able to make it. And I'm just perplexed. Tried to hide my feelings. God doesn't let us do that. And I talked to Sean, Justin's dad, and we tried to pray about it. I broke down. I started crying. I felt abandoned. I felt like, God, where are you? God, why would you let this happen to me? You are my refuge. You are my fortress. You are my stronghold. I started declaring that to God. In Psalms 91, you will give your angels charge over me, God. So where are you now? Is somebody going to hand me $5,000 to buy another truck or to get this one fixed? Am I going to inherit some money? And I spent out a lot of time in the evening crying out to God, asking him, would you please hear me, God? I need you right now. I need you to provide for me. Well, the next day I went to school, and I kept putting off calling the insurance company because I didn't want to hear them say, well, we don't have your truck covered, but we can cover the van. I just didn't know how I would react to that. So finally I prayed and I said, God, you're going to have to help me. So I called the insurance company, and I did pray for God's favor, and I got this lady on the phone, and she was so nice to me. And in the midst of our conversation, I said to her, I realize that I have to pay for my truck myself because I don't have collision insurance. She said, Mr. Almond, you do have collision insurance. I said, I don't have collision insurance. I don't pay that much for my insurance. She said, you are covered. She said, all you have to do is get an estimate and we'll pay for it. But you do have a $500 deductible. And I'm thinking $500 versus $4,000, I'll take it any day. That's good news. Well, throughout our conversation, she was gathering information. It was bothering me because I was certain I did not have collision insurance. And I said, ma'am, I don't mean to sound rude, and please forgive me if I do, but I don't believe I have collision insurance. Would you please verify that again? And she said, could you state your name? And I did. She said, your address? I told her. She says, you are insured for one vehicle. It's a 2008 Dodge Dakota, right? And I said, yes. She said, we have collision insurance on your vehicle. I was shocked. I was blown away. That all night I cried out, God, what do I do? What do I do? How am I going to do this? You are my refuge. You are my stronghold. You are my fortress. You need to come through for me. And all along, God knew that I had been paying for collision insurance, and I never knew it. So you see, here's the idea. This is just the awesomeness of the God we serve. The enemy might come in and try to instill fear in us and doubt that our God will not provide, but He is our refuge, and He has provided, and He's a refuge in time of trouble. I struggled with fear, and I struggled with doubt, but in the end, I found a refuge.